have to make a comment here on this interview I watched on Tucker Carlson, and the interview was so bad. Basically, Tucker Carlson went on air with Robert Strokes, who is a district congressman for Baltimore, and they were asking what happened to a missing $2 billion of aid that went over to Baltimore, and like what happened with all that money that was given to him by the government. And this guy wouldn't even comment on it. He kept saying 400 years of systematic racism was responsible, and Tucker Carlson was trying to ask why nothing is being taught in these schools. It's like 13 schools in Baltimore right now that are not really teaching math or English. Students really don't know anything. There's trash spilling up the streets, rats everywhere, needles everywhere. I mean, it's really bad in Baltimore. The crime rate in Baltimore right now is the highest in the entire world. Even Honduras, which is a really bad country, like the worst of the worst, is nowhere near as bad as Baltimore right now. And when asked about these situations, this guy wouldn't answer. He kept dodging the questions and only said 400 years of systematic racism, which has nothing to do with the problems that Baltimore is suffering right now. The problems Baltimore have been suffering right now is a mismanagement of the city and of the areas around it. People are leaving in droves from Baltimore. They're moving outside of Baltimore and all this kind of stuff. It's not a very pretty place to live. I mean, the murder rate's so high up there. Like I said, it's like the worst crime-infested area in probably the entire world right now. It's sad because Chicago has more deaths, like more murders, than a war zone, and Baltimore does them out like 10 times. Baltimore is 10 times worse than Chicago, and that's really saying something. Honduras isn't even as bad as Baltimore. And this guy, Robert Strokes, he's annoying the situation. He's part of the problem. He's part of this, he's part of the establishment. He's part of the problem that is persisting over there. The politicians in Baltimore want to ignore the problem. They want to ignore why Americans are living in such bad situations, and it's disappointing to see. It's very disappointing to see. Like I said, the Democrats, they don't care. They really don't care. And they've been trying to go fishing. They've been stuck on Western collusion, worried about Donald Trump's Twitter and all this kind of stuff. No one is paying attention to what's happening in Baltimore, what's happening in Chicago, what's happening in San Francisco, what's happening in all these different states across the all these different cities across the United States right now. All these cities becoming third world countries due to socialist policies. And the only thing I can say right now is, do you really want to vote Democrat? Do you really want their policies all over the United States? I mean, take a look at these cities and see, these are the people that you're voting for. Do you really want to live in a country where there's trash everywhere, where people can't afford homes? I mean, this is what happens in socialist countries all the time. Socialism doesn't work, and you need proof. Just look at any of the cities run by Democrats right now who are complete socialist. Look at them. They're not pretty. They're very not pretty. It's not looking good. And if you elect these people to office in 2020, guess what? We're going to get more of that. We're going to get a lot more of that. And we don't need it. We simply don't need any of these socialist policies that are that these Democrats are trying to pass. What we really need is leaders who understand the problem and is willing to start cleaning things up and is willing to actually do good. And part of the way we need to do this is we need to re-teach capitalism in school. We need to start education. Education is the most important thing that we need to invest in. Next thing we need to invest in is jobs. I mean, we need to be able to produce a lot more jobs, give people education in order to get these jobs. And we need to do better in this country. We really do, because everything is going crazy right now. And if you don't really do something about this, I don't know where we're going to be. I don't even know if we're going to have a country. This is what I'm trying to say, to tell you. It's like, when Donald Trump leaves office, or when a Republican leaves office, the Democrats are going to probably take office. And when they do, are they going to be socialists? Most likely they will be. I mean, that's where the entire party's headed. I mean, like I said, there's no really moderate Democrat. Most of them are socialists. Even the ones that are still kind of moderate are leaning more and more as far left, Karl Marx style left. And like I said, the more Democrats come out socialist, the more I don't think this country will survive. And I keep saying that sometimes, there's probably going to be a civil war in the future. You know what? I think there's probably will be. I mean, you look at how bad these places are becoming, and you can kind of see the desperation in people, and something needs to happen. And what needs to happen is these Democrat leaders, these establishment people, these people who are making billions of dollars, while their constituents, the voters, are living in filth. They need to be taken out of office. Simple as that. We need to bring in capitalist policies. We need to bring in companies to these places. We need to do more, but more cannot be done if we allow these socialist, destructive policies that have been in the cities for years to continue to take place. We can't let that happen. And the only thing I can say to any of these people: don't vote Democrat. Do not vote Democrat. That's all I gotta say.